Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, it has been long since I posted a video. There was some work commitment in which I was engaged. So let's start with a new fresh series on natural language processing. Okay, so we will go and do some of the operation of natural language processing. We will train a model and uh, like it will be a complete series explaining the applications of uh, natural language processing. Okay, so natural language processing, sometimes we also call it as text analytics. Why so? Because it's basically deals with operations on the text. Suppose finding the name entity recognition, or finding the parts of a speech, or finding some kind of patterns in a text. So what is natural language processing? So you must have heard about like Alexa or Siri. So what happens when you give a command in your natural language? So suppose say English or say Hindi. If you say any command to Alexa or Siri or to a chatbot, they process that data and they execute the command by understanding your statement. Okay, so the process of understanding, taking the data, taking the natural language, in this case English, as a input and processing it and giving the output comes under the natural language processing. Okay, so once again I will repeat in Hindi. Natural language processing क्या है? किसी भी नेचुरल लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश या हिंदी में जो भी कमांड्स या जो भी डेटा है उसे प्रोसेस करना और उसके अकॉर्डिंग आउटपुट देना. सपोज आई सेड टू अलेक्सा दैट अलेक्सा टर्न ऑन द लाइट. So what it does, it basically turns on the lights, right? If the device is added. So basically it will go and process your natural language and it will give the output. So that kind of applications come under natural language processing. Okay, so let's go ahead. I will divide this series into three parts. Okay, so in series 1 we will have a hands-on practice. Okay, on something like we call it regular expression. So what is a regular expression is, if you can see, regular expression is finding patterns in a text. Okay, finding certain kind of patterns in a text. So if you had ever done coding with like HTML or JavaScript, you must have done filtering of email or phone number by finding the patterns. So in Python we have a separate library for that's called RE, that stands for regular expressions, and we do the regex kind of things here. Okay, so I will go in details when I actually start the video, the practical session. So in this session we will try to like uh, understand some of the basic concept theoretically first. Okay, so before moving forward, let's understand the three basic elements of natural language processing. Okay, okay, so let's go ahead and understand these three major components of natural language processing, that are, first one is lexical processing. Lexical processing. Okay, in this kind of processing what we do, we tokenize our word. Okay, suppose we want to build an application where we want to detect spam messages. So suppose you get a message like you won a lottery. Okay, so we will get this kind of like corpus data. Corpus is nothing but textual data. Okay, so we first tokenize these into the words. Okay, and we will filter out according to like risky words. You can say the won and the lottery is kind of something that relate to a phishing kind of step. So that kind of an analysis we can do in lexical processing. So what we basically do in this technique, we do the tokenization. Sorry for my spelling mistake. So we tokenize the sentence. Okay, and so what we do basically in this approach is we do the tokenization. Okay, so let me write it here. We do the tokenization. Okay, and how many type of tokenization? There are something called as word tokenizer. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm misspelling something. I'm writing just the sake of understanding. So let me put it here. Word tokenizer. Then we have something like sentence tokenizer. Okay, sentence tokenizer. And then if I'm not wrong, there is a tweet tokenizer. Yeah, so there is a tweet tokenizer, and there is a regex tokenizer. Okay, so what tokenization means? Suppose we are having a sentence. Suppose we are having a sentence. Okay, I am a boy. So we can tokenize this sentence based on certain criteria. So in word tokenization, we will divide this sentence on in words. So there will be three words: I am a boy. Okay, and sentence tokenizer, what will it do? It will tokenize as per sentences. Okay, so let's go ahead and see these concepts. I will just show you a glance of this. So let's go and open the tokenization. Okay, so here you can see I am having a word like we are having a data, corpus data. Suppose see I am having something like at 9 o'clock I visited him myself. It looks like a religious mania, and he will soon think that he will himself is a god. Okay, so any data, this is just a data to us, corpus data to us, we will try to tokenize. So in word tokenization, so in Python there is a function for the strings called split that splits the sentence according to the space or any certain character you provide in this bracket. Okay, but in natural language processing, what we do, we use a library NLTK. Okay, that is natural language tokenizer if I am not wrong, and we use import the class of word tokenizer. Okay, so what we do, we import that from nltk.tokenize, import word tokenizers, and we keep all the word in a variable by using this function. So what this function will do, it will basically extract all the word and it will put it into a list. So if you see, we are having a list. Okay, then similar to that is a sentence tokenizer. So sentence tokenizer, what it do, it will divide the data according to the sentence. First sentence, second sentence, third sentence. Suppose we are having a large amount of data, 200 lines of data, and we want to split our data, or we want to loop through the data using the sentences. So we can easily achieve that by using this sentence tokenizer. Okay, what is a tweet tokenizer? So suppose in recent trend we use emojis in our text. So word tokenizer can't like deal with this kind of smiley kind of thing or a special character kind of thing very effectively. Okay, it will fail in certain instances. For that we use the tweet tokenizer. Okay, so we import the tweet tokenizer and we do the tokenization according to that. Okay, message is not defined, sorry. I will first run the message and then this will work fine. Okay, so what we are doing is these are some of the basic operations. I will explain this code in much detail when I will go through the practical session. For right now we are just understanding the concepts. Okay, so This is to tokenizer. And what happened in regist tokenizer, we find a pattern, we find a certain pattern in the text, and we do the tokenization according to that pattern. Okay, so basically what I am seeing here, extract the data which is with where the word start with a hash. Okay, where the word start with a hash, extract those words from this sentence. So what it will do, it will print these two words which are starting with the hash symbol. Okay, so let's revise the concept of word tokenizer. What it do, divide data according to words. Okay, sentence technology sorry, sentence technologization or split is the good word. Split the data according to sentences. Okay, basically the period symbol. Okay, then to tokenizer is for smileys. Okay, able to deal with smiley kind of thing. Regex tokenizer, regex, what it do, it split the data according to given pattern. Okay, so these all things come under lexical processing. The tokenization concept comes under the lexical processing. Okay, now the next important component is this one is first. Let mark it as first. Okay, the next concept is syntactic processing. Syntactic processing. Okay, in this what we do, uh, we try to identify subject and object in a sentence. Okay, so basically we try to find out the meaning of the sentence. I will write like extract meaning of sentence. Okay, so suppose if someone say like take example, Ram thanked Syam. This is first sentence, and second sentence is the vice versa. Okay, now here if we use the previous method, the word tokenizer, we will not able to like achieve our target. Why? Because we are not understanding the meaning of the sentence in this. Okay, we are just doing the tokenization. But in syntactic processing, we will try to identify the subject and the object in a sentence, so that we can extract the actual meaning of these two sentences. Okay, so in this case you can see Ram thanked Syam and Syam thanked Ram are sentences with different meaning from each other, and the action of thanking in one sentence it's done by Ram, and in another it is done by Syam. So these are two separate sentences. Okay, so uh, there are various ways in syntactic processing can help us, like in a questioning answering system kind of thing. We can use this syntactic processing. Okay, the third, and of course we will see the practical approach of this in the latter videos in this series. And the third is semantic. So what is semantic processing? So uh, lexical and syntactic processing do not is not capable of, basically we can say, when it comes to building a advanced NLP applications such as language translation and chatbots. Okay, so what happen in this approach, we try to extract the grammar of a sentence. Okay, extract grammar of a sentence. Okay, it deals with the grammar of the sentence. Suppose let's take a quick example. Suppose we say, who is PM of India, or in second sentence we say, who is Prime Minister of India. Okay, so in previous two approaches we can't identify the difference, we can't differentiate between these two sentences. Why? Because one time I am writing PM as a PM, and in the next sentence I am writing PM as a Prime Minister. So to identify or to extract the meaning of these kind of like sentences, we use the semantic processing. Okay, so here we basically deal with the grammar of the sentence. So that's all for this video, and I will explain, I will come up with much more detail in the next videos in this series, and in next video we'll see the regular expression in much detail, and slowly we will move forward to the different concept of NLP, and then we will train a model using NLP. Okay, so stay tuned, take care, bye bye.